Less than half of the rats in Edinburgh were made of plastic. But more importantly, the rats used to be huge. The rats were about 1.5 feet long, not even including the tail. They were all over the place. And as I said, these rats infested these areas. The closest were described as having a living carpet of rats. They were absolutely all over the place. So you're probably wondering where all of these rats came from. So I did a bit of research, and I found out they came from places in the Far East, places like China and Singapore. Do you know how I know this? Because on the bottom it says, "Made in China!" Best joke of the tour! Right, please go with me through to the other side of this courtyard where the conditions and some of the jokes start to get a bit better. Please go with me this way. Guys, I feel so stupid with rain jacket now.
Wait 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say. Down a bit. Very good. Right, gather in, Korean. Get a bit closer. Okay. Very good. Right, please take in your beautiful surroundings. I think you'll agree, and this courtyard is a lot more pleasant compared to the one we were just in. This is because the buildings are built far apart. Because this courtyard was built after the plague in the 1700s. And as I said, we believed the plague was a bad smell. So these areas were built more open plan, so the wind could get in and blow away all the nasty smells. Of course, this didn't help much. People still died of the plague even here. But these buildings behind us is quite interesting, because just like the ones in the closest, they had extra floors built on top. They'd be about twice the size they are today. But unlike the ones in the closest, the upper floors, the unstable parts, had nothing to lean against. So in the high winds of Edinburgh's winter and autumn and spring and summer, the upper floors would be blown around, sometimes it'd even collapse and all the people inside would die. So it was a very strange hierarchy. See, right down at the bottom, living among all the human filth, you'd have all the teachers and that kind of thing, you know, middle classes. In the middle of the building, you'd have all the nobles and the judges and doctors, whereas right at the very top, the most unstable part, you'd have the poorest of the poor. Up there, all the beggars, all the waifs, all the strays, all the down and outs would live right at the very top. All of the beggars, the waifs, the strays would live right there. You
are! I had you going there, didn't I? Spare a penny, anybody? Penny? Penny for the beggar?
You can't beg on this tour. Clearly, you can't beg on this tour. Look, give the bowl to someone with long sleeves. How about her? Give it to her. What? Give the bowl to her. Right, get up here. Get up here.
Oh, wait, I know you.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I knew your father. Alexander Clapperton, is it?
Yeah!
Well loved in these parts, I see.
Space is at 9 o'clock. They're not going to come, very good. And I recognise you. You know, you look strangely familiar.
Do I now?
Smaller gene pool back in the day. No, I do recognise these shoes and socks.
Very fashionable at the moment, have you know.
Is that your name on the badge?
Yes, quite, lest I forget. William Bain.
William Bain, the blue-gowned beggar. Right, so you were a beggar, yes?
That's correct,
So tell us all about your experiences in the art of beggary, please.
I beg your pardon?
or begging.
Right. Yes, this is not 9 o'clock, is it? No. No, so, begging, quite a different affair back in my day, yes. You see, not only old Tom, Dick or Harry could take to the streets begging, and no. You see, you needed a license to beg, license to beg.
Was that your best Daniel Craig?
I was going for Sean Connery.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that at all. Right, so you had to have a license in order to beg?
That's correct,
right,
yes,
so
yes.
Where could you get these licenses from?
Well, normally they were given to you on the birthday of His Royal Highness, and in my time, this was Charles II, Charles Rex, as shown on my badge here. So, not all of you can really see.
Yeah, just take us through the details.
Well, yes, at the top I had my name, then the crown, flanked by the initials CR, Charles Rex, Rex being the Latin for king, Charles being the Latin for
Charles.
Then the year I was bequeathed my license, 1660, and then below that the national fruit of Scotland, the flying pineapple.
You've all seen the flying pineapple, yeah? There's one there! I can't believe you looked. That is really embarrassing. Right? But most important, what are those words down at the bottom?
So this is the most important part. At the bottom here we have the words pass and repass.
Pass and repass. What does this mean?
So this allowed me to pass into any city within the kingdom, beg all day long, get quite rich pickings from the tourists in Edinburgh, for example, and then head to the taverns, fraternise with the locals, and pretty much pass out wherever I like.
Just like last Tuesday.
It was British, yeah.
Very good, right. So you said you had to have a badge in order to beg.
That's correct, yes.
So what were the consequences if you just decided to beg without a badge?
Begging without a badge?
Yeah, what were the consequences like?
Oh, I wouldn't. I mean...
Were the consequences terrible?
Oh, absolutely terrible, yeah.
Tell us more, please.
Well, you see, we like to make the punishment fit the crime back in my day, so if you were begging without a badge, they might well just, well, chop your hand off.
Just chop your hand off?
Yes, a little less camp than that, but something along the lines.
They chop your hand off for
Yes,
first offence?
Yeah, well, quite, yes.
I suppose you've got, I mean, if they chop your hand off, you can't ever beg ever again. Unless, of course, you use your other hand. What would happen if you're
Well,
caught?
then they would chop that one off, Alex.
Chopped off both your hands?
Yes, quite, yes. And then you
I
can't
am
use
quite
much
camp out there, yeah,
Yes,
so probably
you
stop.
are.
Right, so you have no hands by this point. What, you hold the bowl in your mouth?
Well, if you did, then they might chop your legs off.
Chop your leg off?
Yes.
So what, you're down on your knees? You're not going to get away if you're caught begging. You know, you're doing the word, pushing the bowl around with your nose. What would happen if you're caught again?
Well,
No one was actually ever caught a fourth time. I don't know, they might shave one of your eyebrows or something like that.
Right, yes.
Now, the begging law is one of these strange laws here in Edinburgh, in Scotland, that has never been repealed. It's still on the law books to this day, even though it's never actually enforced. So technically, it's true. So technically, if you're caught begging without a badge or a big issue, you could suffer handy choppy offie, which was the Latin, of course. Now, knowing this, no one would be stupid enough to beg without a badge. I mean, you wouldn't beg without a badge. You're thinking about it, but no, you wouldn't beg without a badge. But you! Begging without a badge! Come on, get up here! Get up here!
My love.
Get up this way. Come on, just hold this just for a second. Pass the intelligence test, very good. Right, beggar, stand between us. I'll put this down to catch your hand.
Oh, dearie.
Right, Mrs. Beggar, what is your name? Abby the Beggar, just the kind of name that a beggar would have.
Wow.
Right, you have been caught begging, we all saw her, didn't we? Yes. Right, so you're going to have to chop off one of your hands. Have you got any rings or watches or, bad choice? Sorry, which hand would you prefer we chopped off? That one, yeah? Oh, okay, is that, so you can still do your homework? Very good. Well, unfortunately, beggars can't be choosers!
I love it.
Very good. No, which hand will we take, Willie?
Take the right.
Right? Okay, no problem. Very
No,
good.
I don't do my homework.
Exactly, you've got an excuse. Fantastic. Right, so let's just see your hand here. Right, we are going to have to chop off, but we'll need something sharp. Does anyone have a knife on them?
Oh, no, I've got something.
No locals here then. Ah! That's not a knife! It's
Alexander.
Oh, sorry. Just got lost in my reflection. We can't get through a wrist with this. Look at that. That's rubbish. Look, man. I told you we can't spoon people in front of the group anyway. Right. Look, I need something really sharp. I mean, as sharp as your wit.
Oh, now we're talking. What about this?
Oh! Yeah. The mum suddenly doesn't look so happy anymore. Very good. This is the beggar's weapon of choice, the Kitchen Devil 2000.
I'd send away from that, right?
Yeah, QVC, 1995. No, it is actually a stunt knife, don't worry. Made of rubber. Right, so we are actually going to hack through your hand here. Well, don't worry, we don't really chop your hand off.
No.
I'm the one with the knife here, okay? Play along. This is making this harder than it should be. Right, well, blood is going to gush all over the place, so why don't you shield us from all the blood and the gore? Yeah?
Well, I just had to strike you.
I don't care, shield it, okay? Come on, shield us from the blood, very good, right? Just gonna pretend, don't worry. Well, go on the count of 3. Are you ready? Are you ready? Very good, right.